everyone. Oh, sorry, still not getting this quite right, am I? People wanted to know about the kufia that I'm selling.
Hello everyone, I am now selling kufias. I have quite literally no idea what it is that they do, but I would like to make some money off of your feelings. So you can buy them at my website, www.supportaplace-you-didn't-know-existed-5-minutes-ago.com. And do make sure to stay tuned because I will start to be giving circumcisions as well to the Jewish community, because I feel like that's a field I will also be good at. So keep your eyes on the website. The circumcisions will not be at a discounted rate, but it will be 15% off, if you know what I mean. And as always, don't think, free Palestine and stay unemployed.
Alrighty, guys, how you guys doing today? Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Let's get right into it. Happy Friday. All right, so don't forget to go down there, smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Really helps us out when you guys subscribe. Don't forget to share this video if you guys like it. Also, go check out my Discord and my Streamlabs merch store at streamlabs.com/conservative-confucius/merch. We got lots of great stuff. We're going to get right into it. We're going to be doing normal what we do on Fridays. So we're going to be covering a lot of the Israeli-Palestine conflict and any other news that I think might be pertinent for the day. All right, so let's get right into it and do it, guys. Here we go. So this is our merch store. We got our Team America shirts with the classic shoulders and our heavyweight ones with the material. As you can see, the Trump shirt looks great. This is the Thug Life one right here. I love the shirt. I love the material. The colors go great. You can get them in different colors, but I love this teal one. It just goes perfectly. The cream one isn't bad either. It goes well with the writing, which is why I picked it. But, you know, still, I think that the teal one, or whatever you want to call this color, it just goes the best. Also, we got our other Thug Life shirts with Trump and the gang on there. We have our Team America ones with that also have Vivek and Tulsi on there as well. We got our Cowboy Trump looking all pimp. We got our different Trump One shirts with different slogans underneath them. We got our Math Ain't Mathin' with the election turnout graph. You're fired, Kamala. Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff. The American Horror Story Kamala one and everything else. So go check those shirts out, guys. The Welfare Queen for the President Zelensky on there from Ukraine. We got the We Are Friends, Not Food with the little kitty. So go check those out, guys. We opened up with this one. This funny ass video from Yakail Jacobs, and it's just hilarious. Go check out Yakail on YouTube, on Twitter, and on I think he has a TikTok as well. So just like I think it was 5 or 10 minutes ago, they released information, a red alert in Israel for drones that had now invaded the area surrounding Naharaya and Shlomi and the communities in that area, northwestern Israel. So if you are in that area and you happen to be watching and you haven't seen this yet, be careful. We're praying for you. May Yeshua watch over you. And so let's get into more. We got this one. I thought this was just super. I've talked about Amin al-Husseini, the father of the Palestinian movement, the uncle of Yasser Arafat, and the mentor to Mahmoud Abbas, the president or the dictator of the Palestinian Authority, and how he was the one who influenced Hitler to kill the Jews. And here's just one of his most infamous sayings: "Slaughter the Jews wherever you find them. Their spilled blood pleases Allah, our history and religion." This is 1929, before he actually talked to Hitler. So this is how insane this guy is. Here's Yasser Arafat, his nephew. "We plan to eliminate the state of Israel and establish a purely Palestinian state, which he invented the Palestinian identity technically in 1964 at the behest of his uncle, Amin al-Husseini, who was a Nazi who ran an SS battalion and worked with Hitler, who was also a wanted Nazi, which is why he moved. He was originally born in Egypt, moved to Israel to be a leader there in the Jerusalem Muslim community. And then he met with Hitler, and he was actually the one who told Hitler to burn and kill the Jews, not just send them back to Israel, because we'll have to do it there. And so this is a guy raised by one of the most radical people. He's not a good person like so many people want to say he is. We will make life unbearable for Jews by psychological warfare and population explosion. Does that ring a bell, anybody? How over the last 25 years, the population of Palestine has exponentially gone up by over 15 times, which is far more than any surrounding country, even the more radical Islamic ones that also do that. We Palestinians will take over everything, including Jerusalem. This was said in 1996 at Stockholm, which was supposed to be a peace summit. Here's Mein Kampf, obviously all part of, do you not see the like this guy, this guy, and this guy? They're all in the same group of evil, in my opinion. Hitler, Yasser Arafat, Mahmoud Abbas, Amin al Husseini, the leaders of Hamas. They're all part of the same freaking thing. So this is from Gaza Wood. Go check him out. We've done a ton of stuff from him. He's great. He exposes Palestinian propaganda, and Pallywood is what we call it. But his channel name is Gaza Wood because Pallywood's just too popular. That's why it's the Pallywood saga. So we've covered a lot of these fake tweets, myself, not just from him, but myself, gone over the fakeness of them. So as we want the truthful Palestinian, hold on, let me remove the subtitles real quick, narrative to reach far, which is a fake narrative, and to control all social media platforms, and all forums. This is one of the leaders of Hamas. I think he was actually killed by Israel recently. Israel is starving babies. That's not true. All the losers like Xavier, Jackson Hinkle, Suleiman Ahmed, all of them posted that. Well, this is from Yemen and the Saudi Arabian government starving Yemeni children. See? And they just kind of repeat this little clip over and over again in between these. 700,000 Palestinians are starving in Gaza. 20 of them died from starvation up till now. Well, that picture is not from Gaza either. That was from Mustafa Barghouti, is the guy who posted it. Nope, Syria starvation because of, what is it again? Oh, yeah, radical Islam, terrorist organization. And you can't really see this one, but it says northern Gazans are starving to death. 35 babies that need milk, children, and clearly have died so far. And children and elderly have died so far. You can look away, but it won't. But you won't. I don't know, something. But they'll continue to waste away. There you go. Yemeni, again, it's a Yemeni child from Yemen. If you don't know what Yemeni is, I'm guessing you do. See, this child is from Yemen. There you go. A six-year war has left 80% of the population relying on aid, the world's largest humanitarian crisis, and yet people love to use it because they think, oh, they'll see a starving brown child and they'll feel bad and they'll think it's a Palestinian because they don't have any clue what's going on in the rest of the Middle East, and they think that Israel is somehow doing the worst of all the conflicts in all of that area, which is bullshit. So people covered in dust, no words, Huma Zero, Syria again. These weapons that the occupation uses against civilian, it's phosphorus. Nope. That looks like freaking crocodile or something. Like that drug. Let's see. Can you feel the pain? Azerbaijan's. Just because we don't have Azerbaijan's oil, our lives don't matter. Azerbaijan used, I don't know, sorry, computer stopped there for a sec. Burns forests and, using chemical weapons to burn forests of our Artsakh. Yeah, Artsakh. This is what happens when it touches the skin. Wake up, world. So it's ridiculous. They continue to use other conflicts, photos, and stories to further their own cause. We will never forget. We will never stop sharing. Free Palestine. She holds her little sister's oxygen mask in an ambulance, even though she's already passed away. Boo-hoo. Oh, wait. Syria again. Sarin gas, of course. The sarin gas attacks against the Syrian people from their own government. Israel did this. Khaleesi, of course, loser. She's such a loser. This is what the UK and the US are supporting, really, because that's not Israel again. It's not Palestinian. Syria, again, survived a bomb attack in Aleppo, but will be marked for life. 2016. Israel is a terrorist state. I'm going to have to blur that out, most likely. And what is it from? Syria again. The world has become more Palestinian, or has become more Palestine. That really doesn't make sense, but you know what they're trying to say. Allah has chosen you for himself and his religion. This is a Hamas MP and cleric. This is Al Aqsa TV. This is their TV in Gaza and in basically in Palestinian Authority uses it too. They watch it. So Allah has, let me go back. Allah has chosen you for himself and for his religion so that you will serve the engine pulling this nation to the phase of succession, security, consolidation of power, and even to conquest through dawah, which is like basically proselytization or proselytizing or whatever, you know, what Christians and other religions do to get their religion out into the world. It's like that. You know, you could call Muhammad Hijab and Ali Dawah their dawahs. Like dawah is just furthering Islam through, you know, whether it's convincing people or forcing people into the religion in military conquests. The capital of theirs will be an advanced post for the Islamic conquest, which will spread through Europe in its entirety. This is the people that, you know, the Jews are fighting against, that Israel's fighting against, that the world is fighting against. So we have this fake story, another fake journalist who's obviously a Hamas member taking part in fake propaganda. The Palestinian Report journalist that Hossam Shabbat was injured in an Israeli airstrike, presenting himself somehow in excellent condition. As you can see, we're going to speed through this. You know, not injured, no blood, no dust, no nothing. Somehow an airstrike that didn't even dirty him up at all. And then, yeah, you may recognize him from this video right here. I don't want to get copyrighted for the song. Sorry. So what? The U.S. can't stop Israel and put borders on it? There he is right there. Bam. And he's an Al Jazeera reporter. What a freaking surprise. Oh, look. Hamas member behind him. Oh, look, she's smiling. If things are so awful, why is she smiling? She goes from angry and sad to, and oh, look at him smiling and laughing, smiling and laughing, smiling and laughing. They're all having such a good time filming their propaganda, making everyone look bad, and they know that they're doing what they're doing. Oh, look. They're all jihad terrorists. Wow, what a surprise. There he is, right there. Boom. So he was part of the Islamic Jihad, not Hamas. Alongside him in the same incident, let's see, another journalist, Nu al-Shagnobi, who appears with a detached hand. He's just holding it for no reason. Why would you keep holding that unless it's for propaganda? He has both of his hands. So whose hand is it? This makes no sense. He has both of his hands. Al-Shagnobi is responsible for producing numerous paleo videos like this one. What is this guy doing? Oh, there he is. Happy, happy, happy. Fake gore, which is just sheep or lamb guts. Looks like a lamb stomach. Recently, Palestinians have been displaying fake amputated limbs, which can be purchased online for a few dollars, which isn't a surprise. Yeah, it's ridiculous, guys. The level of, you just go view his Twitter and you'll see the level of propaganda that you're fed on a daily basis through Twitter. It used to be even worse when for the first year of the conflict was crazy. So Facebook content oversight member reportedly linked to the Muslim Brotherhood, which makes perfect sense because in 2020, which this was from, I was receiving constant takedowns of posts and warnings for posts about Israel calling out Palestinian propaganda in Pallywood. I started posting on there before I got really into Twitter in 2020, early 2022 is when I think I got into Twitter. And I really had never used it before except for one post before that. And I'd post a lot on Facebook, and all of the stuff that criticized Islam or Palestine, it would all be removed. And it turns out probably by this lady more corruption. So an Arab Muslim from Yemen educates, idiots on college campuses about Israel. I think he actually now lives there because he fled Yemen.
Muslim who supports Israel. Let's see what people think about that.
So it says you support Israel. How so?
There are more than 53 Muslim countries. There are more than 63 Christian countries. There's only one Jewish country. So why would I not support the only Jewish country that exists?
Just because Hamas has attacked whatever Israel is doing is okay. I think what Israel wants is to just remove Palestine from the global map.
Can you define genocide for me? What does genocide mean?
It's a planned killing of a community, of an ethnic culture.
Genocide actually means killing a large amount of people with intention to get rid of them. Do you think that's what Israel is doing?
Yeah.
Has Israel killed millions of Palestinians?
Nope. Yeah.
Millions of Palestinians.
Over time, since 1947.
Nope, because if you actually look at the war, if you take out this current conflict, this current one, since 1967 to, 2022, 2022. So 2022 to 1967, there were less on both sides combined. There were less than 200,000 deaths on both sides. I think it was actually 132,000, if I remember correctly. Something around that, 122,000, 132,000. So far less than 200,000 on both sides. And yet somehow, millions? Like, where are you getting this number? Like, their population has grown so much. And this is, like, most people just focus on Gaza. Yeah, the Palestinian Authority's territory has only grown, I think it's 2.3 times. But Gaza alone has grown, if I remember correctly, around 15 times.
Not true.
Which is the biggest population boom in almost any country anywhere.
Arabia and the Iranian regime have killed 500,000 Yemenis, people from my country, in the past 10 years. So if we're just going to play the numbers, then Saudi Arabia has committed genocide in Yemen. But you don't want to get rid of them, but you want to get rid of Israel.
I never not wanted them to have a country. I'm against Zionism.
What is Zionism?
I just said you are a Zionist.
You know that you're a Zionist because you literally said that you believe that Jews should have a country. That's what Zionism means.
Yep.
The situation can be resolved in a peaceful way.
But do you think you can negotiate with terrorists who literally try to kill all Jews?
I don't think that Israel's been trying hard enough.
They tried to negotiate.
You mean more than 6 peace agreements, 6 separate 2-state solutions, multiple hostage deal offerings, and other things. And the only thing they had to do with recent ones was surrender the hostages and remove themselves from Gaza, the terrorists. The rest could stay as long as you were a terrorist or connected immediately to a terrorist. And that's it. Return the hostages, surrender. No one else will die. But they don't want that. They want the death of Palestinians. They openly say so because it furthers their cause by demonizing Israel. So when they surround themselves with innocent people, or even not so innocent people, children, whatever, whoever it is, not so innocent people, children, elderly, whatever, when those people die, they use them as props for their cause to further it in the worst of ways by, basically sacrificing their own people to further the cause of Islam and Hamas.
The hostage deal with Hamas, but it didn't work out.
That hostage deal went sour when Israel let them take the hostages.
Israel didn't let them take the hostages.
No,
they just stole the hostages.
Would you be critical of the scale of civilian death and suffering in Gaza today?
When it comes to Hamas, which is what the Israeli government is trying to eradicate, they are the ones who are using Palestinians as human shield. And they are the ones who are responsible for the fact that so many people are dying. They're not going out and fighting. They are hiding under tunnels, and they're hiding in schools and mosques. And when Israel wants to get to them, eventually and tragically, a lot of people die. And people do not understand this complexity in this war. They push past it and just mention the numbers of people who died and call Israelis and Jews genocidal. Where were all of these protests when literally more Yemenis were killed every single...
400,000 Yemenis. You have over 400,000, nearly 500,000 Yemenis killed. Then you have over 500,000 Syrians killed. You have all these different people killed in the north of Africa from Muslim groups. No one gives a flying F about any of it unless it involves Jews. No Jews, no news.
year. It's specifically Israel that triggers people to go out on the street and condemn the war.
Yeah, you're right. There are humanitarian crises and tragedies the world over. They're attacking place for no reason. And I feel like
For no reason? Was October 7th not a reason to defend themselves?
What happened October 7th?
What happened October 7th? I'm guessing this dummy has gone out and protested in the streets with his friends saying Israel's a bad guy, oh, imperialism, but he doesn't even know what happened. I can guarantee you there are so many useful idiots like him that see a cause, think it's virtuous, support the cause, and don't even realize what they're supporting, have no idea what actually happened on October 7th. And because everyone on their side at these protests denies what happens, denies this thing or that thing, they just go along with it. And they are brainwashed until they sit down with someone without their friends nearby to rip them away from the conversation and say, no, don't talk to him. He's not on our side. When they actually sit down with someone and have a real conversation without, little bodyguards from their, cult watching over them, they can actually have a conversation and learn something like this kid.
Hamas, a terror organization, went into Israel, killed 1,200 Israelis and Jews, and kidnapped 200 Israelis and told the Israelis that we're not going to give you back your people.
There's no point in attacking a full group of people.
But what would you do if someone kidnapped your whole family and were hiding under tunnels? Wouldn't you try to attack them and get your family back? Or would you just sit back at home and just wait? But
I'll go above and beyond for that person.
I think if the terrorist proxies, they don't give up and realize that they're losing the war that they're starting, then more Arabs and more Iranians and more Yemenis are going to die, and more Gazans, obviously.
I'm a teacher, so human education is the way to end it up. I understand that Israel must defend itself. We're just praying for the best.
I don't know if it's anger or hatred, but there was certainly fear that I felt whenever I crossed paths with the Jew.
Why?
Because I thought they are judging me, because I thought they hate me.
I used to hate Jewish people. I denied the Holocaust until I met Jews. Have you ever met a Jew? Exactly. And I do think you should talk to Jewish people. You will be so surprised at how awesome they are.
I feel like Jews and Muslims have a lot in common.
Yes, they do.
So I just hope that this ends soon.
Everybody hopes it ends. I mean, it's going to continue until people are educated like this. There needs to be one of these near, like, I'd say there needs to be 4 of these on every college campus with people like him discussing this conflict in a way that it doesn't, like, other Arabs, Yosef Haddad, him, need to be going to these places and talking to them one-on-one and telling them what it's really like in Israel, what's really going on, so that they can see, oh, it's not just an Israeli person I'm talking to. I'm talking to someone who doesn't have, they have skin in the game, but they don't really have, like, they're not, undyingly loyal to a country, and they can't say they are because they're from another country. And, if they are brown people that are oppressed, then the left has to listen to them. So we need more people like that. Even if these Jews that do things like this are, more Middle Eastern looking Jews, they're still going to deny them because they're a Jew. That's what the left is doing now. It's what the anti-Israel and anti-Semitic people are doing. So more from Zach Sage Fox. By the way, that was I want to make sure you guys get him. What's his name? I can't remember. So look at these
I hope
comments.
that too. It was lovely talking to you.
These are ridiculous. He's not a Muslim. Trust me. He's not a Muslim, but Kafir Mossad agent. Like, are you kidding me? Like, he's a Jewish plant. No, he's really from Yemen. Like, he looks Yemeni. He is from Yemen. He spoke at a Yemeni event I think it was in New York, for people who were talking about the, crises going on. I saw this years ago before the current conflict with Israel and Palestine. So he's obviously Yemeni. They just immediately see someone who counters their point and happens to be a Muslim, and they're like, no, can't be real. Can't be real, has to be propaganda. No, bullshit. You're just so close-minded, you're unwilling to accept someone who has a different opinion than you. This is Zach Sage Fox doing another on the street video, but this time with a Holocaust survivor who's about the same age as my great-granddad's. I think he said he's, 99? So he's a little older. Let's see. Does it say? I don't know if it said. Yeah, he's definitely old. I don't know why that opened up. There you
The
go.
Holocaust, and over half think that what's happening in Gaza is a genocide. So I've brought a Holocaust survivor to studies say that 1/5 of Gen Zers deny the Holocaust, and over half think that what's happening in
Actually, we went over a study in one of my older videos showing what's the percentages on each groups: whites, blacks, Gen Z, Gen X, millennials. Or it said 18 to 24, or sorry, 15 to 24, 24 to I think it was 35, 35 to 45, or 35 to 50, 50 plus, and so on. And I think it was just 50 plus, and then there was white, black, other, and then it was just other things as well, and poor, like rich, urban, suburban, rural, and you'd be surprised. The most likely to believe the Holocaust were white, older men in rural areas, while the people who were least likely were Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal. They were all on there as well. Liberals were less likely to believe in the Holocaust than conservatives. Urban were less likely than suburban to believe in the Holocaust. Suburban was less likely than rural. Older was less likely than young, and black was more likely than black and white were more likely than other. Black was less likely than white, though, and Muslims were very likely not to believe it as well, and Christians were very likely to believe it, and so on. I mean, this list would basically went against everything that we've ever been told about Holocaust deniers being these white, younger men or older men who just hate Jews, when the majority of it said it wasn't. It was more people of color, younger, sometimes in urban areas, more likely in urban areas, often liberal or left-leaning and democratic. So everything that we've been told is the exact opposite. Like, I grew up thinking it was the exact opposite. People in rural areas who are white and old, or white and young and ignorant and less educated, but it turns out that's all wrong.
Gaza is a genocide. So I've brought a Holocaust survivor to spread the truth. Do you think Holocaust happened?
Nope. No. I gotta see it to believe it. There's a lot of gray area in that debate.
What's the gray area you've heard?
It's about the whole Jew thing.
What have you heard? The Jews might have made it up, or?
Yeah.
So yeah, you think it might not have happened?
Yeah.
You think what's happening in Gaza, you would call it a genocide?
I would call it a genocide, yes.
Yes, I believe so.
I think so as well.
I actually have a surprise for you.
Oh.
This is a good friend of mine, Sammy. He is a Holocaust survivor.
Let me put it in a different way that we can understand. If you would be silent for every victim of the Holocaust, 6 million minutes, you would be silent for 11 and a half years.
Wow.
6 million Jews. That's almost as many people in New York City.
That's a lot of people.
You see all the people here? Let's assume that you are here in the camp. The commander would come and be in the middle. Just point, right, left. One group of people would be murdered right away. The second one would become slaves. In the labor camp, people died of starvation, were worked to death, beaten to death to follow instructions, and at the same time they were used as a shooting target. I was subjected to medical experiments. You look at me right now, but you would never know that I'm in constant pain every single second of my life. At the same time, my life was saved by a German woman.
Wow. These guys think that what's happening in Gaza is a genocide comparable to the Holocaust. Do you agree with that?
No, we should not make comparisons. The IDF is the only military in the world that is putting its own people at risk to save civilians.
I was kind of just thinking of murdering innocent people that had nothing to do with that.
Talking to you guys, I think it might just be that the word genocide is now thrown around so loosely to Gen Z on TikTok and the news that you guys conflate war casualties with genocide.
Yeah.
Right now, in Israel proper, there are 2.5 million Arabs. Do you know how many Jews are in the whole Arab countries? 4,000. Where is the genocide?
Jews were kicked out and exterminated from all the Arab countries, but yet somehow we're the genociders from having one little dot in the Middle East, the size of New Jersey.
I did not know that.
You agree it's good we got rid of the Nazis. You agree with
Yes,
that, right?
absolutely.
Okay, so in order to do that, to bomb all of the concentration camps and Nazi infrastructure, several 100,000 innocent German civilians, not soldiers, died in that war. Was that a genocide, or are those terrible war casualties a product of us trying to free the world from terrorism?
Those are war casualties, but I don't believe that the Palestinian lives that are being lost are war casualties. I believe that is a genocide.
And you think you at 17 years old know more about genocide than someone who survived the biggest genocide in human history?
I feel like I have to educate myself.
Does the media have a role in you believing what you believe?
Yeah, a lot around TikTok.
Wow, so that's where you got a lot of your conspiracies from.
Yes, sir.
Wait, do you think that's
This is why I say TikTok is evil. It just feeds people complete propaganda bullshit. And it's also one of the reasons why I want to get on there to counter that, like a lot of people do. I think that we need to, whether it's the conservative, things that need to be said on there, whether it's the things about, this kind of stuff and history that need to be cleared up and exposed. And I definitely think I'm going to start doing that. I'm just trying to figure out what way I want to go about it. Do I want to do street interviews? Do I want to do clips breaking down certain other videos? Do I want to do things breaking down parts of history and showing the evidence? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys want me to do for that.
why Gen Z is so much denial? Is TikTok a big part of it?
Yeah.
Wow.
IDF is the only military in the world that is opening up routes for the Palestinians to leave before
That's not true. They just banned the UN from doing work there.
Turnwell had a ton of Hamas operatives.
Hamas are the murderers that murdered so many Israelis.
What about IDF? What about what the IDF did too? IDF is part of the problem.
Really? You read the Hamas charter. Number one goal is to kill Jews everywhere around the world, not Israelis, Jews specifically. That's pretty genocidal.
I do agree with that.
Do you know that if Israel really
What?
I do agree with that.
Do you know that if Israel
You agree with what? That it's genocidal, or that they should kill all Jews? Which one? I want to be clear on that.
really wanted to commit genocide, in 2 days they can flatten it?
We're having, I think, pretty fair dialogue.
Free Palestine, please.
All right, from Hamas. All right, I wouldn't say that was very respectful.
Yeah, an American brainwashed by the Muslim cult. You can tell she's not Middle Eastern. She's just dressed that way, which people instantly think, oh, non-white person who's dressed as a Muslim, they must be from the Middle East. That means that's their land. No, shut the hell up, man. Half those people are either mixed race or Hispanic or French or Italian or some type of Iberian, Greek, whatever. And that's what their descent is. They're not Middle Eastern. And the reason why a lot of people in the Iberian area and even up into France look a little bit Middle Eastern, like whether it's, whether they look a little bit Turkish or a little bit more Southern Middle Eastern, it's because of Islamic imperialism and Arab imperialism that literally took over that land for hundreds of years before the people in Europe took it back.
Well, you just walked away from a Holocaust survivor.
Why do we have to talk about the Holocaust forever and ever? Why?
So you can make sure it doesn't happen again?
Years ago, I went to Auschwitz where I met a 96-year-old Holocaust survivor whose whole family had died there. And I promised him I would never let that happen again.
It is the best example what hate can do to a person, to a group of people, to a nation, and to the world. My job is to educate the next generation. What is important, at least from my perspective, is that whatever you heard, you will learn more about it, and you will spread the truth to other students. Where is your family from?
Originally DR.
Ah, wait a minute. During the Nazi regime, how many countries accepted Jewish refugees? 3. The first one, do you know which one it is?
Is it Dominican Republic?
Dominican Republic.
Wow, look at this. Our histories are more intertwined than you realize.
But we all are human.
From Holocaust denial to hugging a Holocaust survivor. This is what education looks like.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
I learned a little bit more about the Holocaust today, man. I learned some things I didn't know.
Can I have a hug?
The Holocaust was the biggest genocide in human history, and unfortunately, there's very few survivors left. Sammy, what would you say to this next generation?
My role in life right now is to educate the young people to make sure they will be not only
So go check out his Instagram at Sammy Steegman Speaks.
people, to make sure
We give him enough support, and this guy deserves it. He's been through a lot, like my great-grandparents. I think we want to show him as much support as possible, let him get his word out, Obviously, my great-grandparents don't have a Twitter or TikTok or Instagram, so everything he's saying is very important. All righty, so you guys know Mossab Hassan. Mossab, he's the son of one of the founders of Hamas. He speaks out against it now after he got caught trying to do I think it was a suicide bombing or some type of attack against Israel, and was caught by Mossad, and eventually became a advocate for Israel, because learned that not only do they not do what everyone told to him that they do, but they had been lied about Jews their entire life and taught to hate them and deny the Holocaust and all that stuff. And finally he realized, I'm on the wrong side. And now he fights for everything he can to make sure that he's fighting for the country that gave him a second chance at life. And I think that's amazing.
Walk like a dick up your ass, you fucking rat.
Sorry for the language. This is the Palestinian News Network, some white guy who claims to be Palestinian and just asks people, where was your granddad born? Where was your granddad born? To all these freaking people. And it's like, are you crazy, dude? Like, leave people alone. And when a Jew actually got in his face after he said stuff like this to him, he refused to fight him. And he's like, well, you hit me first. Come on, you do it. If you're such a man, blah, blah, blah. And he did. He punched him out. And then he said, I'm calling the cops. So the second someone actually turns and faces him, he would run like a freaking coward. And a guy who was trained not only by Hamas, but also by Israel in means of war could immediately take this dude off the map with no problems and do it where no one would find out too. Look how calm he is. This is how you can tell just a badass he is. Not even letting this bother him a single bit. Walking broad-shouldered, head held high, and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
look at him.
Keep walking.
Pimp walk. Look at that.
The bitch.
What?
Come fight me.
What a loser this guy is.
Come fight me. Stop killing kids. Come fight me. Come fight me. Come fight me. Stop killing kids. Come fight me. Come fight me. Stop fucking killing kids and come fight me, nigga. Come fight me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're obviously not Palestinian. If you were, you wouldn't be saying the N-word. Number one. Number two, you're just a loser who not only is white, who's not Palestinian, and also curses like a ghetto retard, but like you're just a pussy, dude. Because when a Jew got in your face, you cowered down, and now you're harassing someone who's supposed to be one of your fellow Palestinians, even though he actually could be called that, but he goes by Arab because that's what they are. They're Arabs, not Palestinians. And you claim to be a Palestinian while you're not even from the land. You weren't born there. Your grandparents weren't born there. You're lying to gain clout while discounting all of the Jews you've harassed and said, where were your grandparents born? Oh, my grandparents were born there. But what about their grandparents? Oh, well, they were born in Yemen or Syria. Oh, well, it's like, dude, shut up, bro. Shut up.
Fucking fight me. Come on, stop being a bitch and throw the first punch so I can fuck you up.
Throw the first punch? No, if you're the one threatening him, you should throw the first punch, because if you don't, you're only saying this so you can have an excuse to try to fight him. But the second it doesn't go your way, since he hit first, you can call the cops on him, which is really what you want to do because you're a fucking pussy loser. Sorry for my language. I just had to say it.
Come on. Come on. Stop fucking killing kids and fight me. Walk like a dick up your ass.
Effing loser, seriously. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to go down there, smash the like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me. It really helps us out when you guys do that. Please go down there, do that. Just ring the bell for notifications too, so you get all my good stuff. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know if you guys got any ideas or anything like that, or you guys want a custom shirt design. Let me know. Also, don't forget to share this video if you guys like it. Go check out my Discord at Conservative Confucius Server and my Streamlabs store at streamlabs.com/conservative-confucius/merch. Check out all my great merch. Links are right here. And we'll look at this one last time. As you can see, we got our great shirts. What the heck? There we go. And we got our awesome new shirts up here. Go check them out. Great prices, good quality. Nothing is going to be, our high quality premium heavyweight shirts are just a little bit more than our regulars, going around. So 27 and 30, still cheaper than other places for the same quality of shirts. So go check those out, guys. Alrighty. I'll check you in the next one. Have a good one. Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Have a good Friday.